welcome to the One Time Primetime podcast. I'm Lucas Temmie, your host, and with me today is Charlie Thomas, aka The Backwards Brain, youtube.com/backwardsbrain, youtube.com/Lucas Temmie.
No, don't listen to that one.
Okay, so we're here today to talk to you about YouTube and the absolute conglomerate that it is today, and its history, and just how do you get by on YouTube, which is something that me and Charlie have been dabbling in.
Very difficult, except for Alfred and Henry.
Let's not plug him as well.
Yeah. he doesn't need any more subs.
So YouTube was around joined in 2005, and around that time we were only like, how old were you in 2005? You were.
I turned 1 in October.
So we were both 1.
Actually, my birthday's in 2 days, ironically enough. So.
I knew that.
Yeah. So YouTube is almost as old as us.
Yeah. 2005, easily the best year, to be honest. A lot of things were at their peak. Not me, though.
That was my peak, personally. I figured out how to talk in 2005, so...
That's not easy. So, it was invented in 2005. Around then, we had things like 4chan, MySpace, things that aren't around today.
Yeah.
And usually when people do bring them up...
That was
like,
2005, that was back when people had to, like, use a note with a pigeon and send smoke signals instead of doing phone calls, but yeah.
Yeah. And then you had, like... What were they showing around then?
Some Nickelodeon stuff, probably.
Yeah, really, really old Nickelodeon stuff.
Yeah.
I think My Little Pony was becoming a thing. A lot of stuff from the 90s was getting new thing. It was the 2000s. Love the 2000s.
Yeah.
Great stuff. It was like 90s, but weirder.
Yeah.
So I actually looked it up, and the first YouTube video that was ever around was a video titled "Me at the Zoo."
Yeah.
And it was a 19-second clip of a guy talking about elephants.
Yeah. Also the peak of YouTube, sorry.
Peak of YouTube, absolutely. Can't beat the classics.
The peak aside from my channel, but yeah.
So obviously a lot has changed now. From now.
Also, I'm not holding this. The mic's not plugged in. I'm not holding this.
Oh yeah. So YouTube's changed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's gone from like anyone would upload like anything could go on there.
Yeah.
Really like weird. Like obviously the quality would be terrible because of the day and age. But besides that, it's like the main thing about YouTube nowadays is just the algorithm and how things get viewed. And that's basically it with all social media. It's like it's all about how things get around, how things get shared, and there's all these conspiracies about they're messing with what you want, or Jeff Bezos or something. I don't know.
Jeff Bezos recently went to space, didn't he?
Yeah, that's in a giant rocket shaped like a... And moving on, so me and Charlie have been trying to figure out how the algorithm works and everything. How do we get successful? We haven't I don't think we've been trying as hard.
No,
because we still want to just enjoy it and have fun.
Yeah.
And not, get caught up in getting popular or anything.
Yeah. I mean, getting popular would be amazing, but...
because then there's like our personal like stuff we want to do, and obviously YouTube is a good way to like achieve that.
Yeah.
So that's how like YouTube is very like it's big, where people have been able to make jobs out of it.
Yeah. I mean, you got PewDiePie, who has over 100 mil subs, which is insane. I mean, if you said like back in 2005, 100 million people would be subscribed to someone. I mean, that's like pretty crazy. But everyone, you have like people like the Sidemen and Jake Paul, Logan Paul, all those people who are really big on the internet, and you have like people branching off into like becoming influencers on Instagram and like directors of movies, which is what we want to be, which is YouTube's like a kickstart for us as well.
Yeah. Another detail is that good thing you mentioned like subscribers and everything, because if you notice like the top like channels, they're all like corporate based. Because you got things like T-Series, like in like the big Indian
music,
and then even WWE.
Yeah, they're like the
eighth or fourth. They're growing. Like I remember, I was like watching that stuff when they're only on like 10 million.
Yeah, now they're
on 80 million.
Yeah.
And that's because since they're corporate, they can just mass produce stuff.
Yeah.
and go absolutely wild.
Also, all of the Vivo's like artist music channels, they have a lot
They've
of
always
songs
been
as
big.
well. Yeah.
I mean, it's genius. You
Yeah.
just, you know, Justin Bieber uploads a new music video, and then it gets like becomes the most disliked video
Yeah.
of all time.
Speaking of celebrities, like people like Will Smith also have a channel that has like a bunch
Yeah.
of subs and stuff. So
You get a big advantage if you're already a celebrity. You'll instantly get like 1 million views in a day.
I think because lockdown as
Million
well,
subs.
lockdown has allowed a lot of people to just do stuff that they wouldn't normally do in their homes. So like Brie Larson started a YouTube channel, which is
Really?
yeah.
Ah. So it's like, yeah, and like YouTube has probably just gone beyond just destroying like internet websites. It's now destroying like
The people that
TV.
use YouTube. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because like no, kids don't grow up watching Nickelodeon.
Yeah, now they
Cartoon
grow up
Network like
watching
we do.
Baby Shark and Coco Melons.
Yeah, again with the corporate
Yeah.
mass-producing garbage.
Mm.
I mean, some are good, but some are like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like, how can one person, like PewDiePie, for example, how can he compete
Yeah.
against mass-producing corporate
Yeah.
business?
I think that's something to do with the algorithm as well. Is
Mm.
the person themselves like he started a long time ago, so he was one of the like he was obviously going to get subs back then because there wasn't like millions of people, hundreds of millions of people doing YouTube back then as well. So he himself unlocked the algorithm and just blew up. So yeah,
Mm. So what have we learned from the algorithm? Was like, okay,
quantity is key.
quantity is key. Apparently, like all YouTubers will even tell you, just got to keep going. You
Yeah.
need like consistent uploads, and then it's like, and then eventually it's basically like throwing stuff at the fan and then seeing what sticks.
Yeah.
Because you got people who will upload like a good 19-second video like daily, and then eventually it will start to pick up and hit like 2.5 views.
Sounds like you're speaking from the heart there.
I'm speaking from what I've witnessed from people who I am friends and family with, and good on them. So yeah, so you need not just what you need in order to like start earning money from YouTube. You need 1,000 subscribers and need, I think it's 60 or 40 watch hours. So that's like how long people watch your videos for. So that means you need to also do long, consistent videos.
Yeah.
Which is very, very hard to do, especially when you still want to have that drive to put something good out.
Yeah.
Instead of just doing like, I don't know, something not good. So yeah, it's really hard to do like long stuff and then make it consistent. So yeah, that's really tough. And so anyways, yeah, you need to get 1,000 subs and then watch hours and everything, and then you can start earning money. And then you get money from the views you get, and that's why one of the reasons why YouTube has been so huge for people nowadays. And so there's branches of YouTube or things that aren't even branches. They just like talk about the YouTube, like Social Blade, for example,
Yeah.
where they put all the statistics of YouTube channels. So somebody we know, they get like around 300 views daily. And it says that they would make around $600 a year. Obviously, they haven't met the mark of 1,000 subs yet and everything.
Fortunately.
Fortunately. So we'll hopefully see in the future if we actually do get paid that amount.
Yeah, that'll be
Yeah.
sick.
But then we've got to be wary of things like copyright and the guidelines. Most YouTubers nowadays always do at least 1 or 5 videos about them complaining about YouTube.
Yeah.
Because there's all these copyright stuff, and sometimes they get screwed up. Like channels will get deleted just because they did an oopsie 3 times in a row,
Yeah.
and they won't even know why. There's things like child endangerment. If there's like a clip,
Like kid falling over.
Yeah.
It's like,
even though you could go
deletion.
on YouTube and you could look up kid falling over and there'd be thousands
Yeah.
of videos doing that. and they wouldn't get any issues.
Yeah, there's like videos of street fights and footage of like mass shootings, like and stuff.
There was even
It's
like
crazy.
9/11 footage.
Yeah.
Mm.
A lot of people died there.
Yeah.
Don't know if it's as bad as a kid falling over though.
So, and copyright's also really good, a big killer. Because another thing relating to the past of YouTube is that in the past, people would like go do like snippets of songs that were down.
Yeah.
So they'd play like, again, like here's a quick video sound clip of Justin Bieber's latest music. And then they'd be fine. They'd be, yeah.
I think like 8 seconds is if you go over that.
No, apparently that's all gone now.
Oh.
If there's just a smidge of that in your video, no, no money.
If you look like Justin Bieber.
Yeah, and that's something I've discovered a lot, unfortunately, with putting music in videos. Now, there's actually like a lot of arguments about that mainly, because when that happens, YouTube does give you the editing option to be able to go back on that video and manage to edit out that full section. You can either replace it with YouTube's own personal royalty-free music, or you could just completely mute that whole section of the video in order for you to get paid for that video. Yeah.
Again, you can get things like ads and sponsors on your video, which help, but I mean, your viewers don't tend to like ads and sponsors in your videos.
Yeah, they hate it.
Yeah.
That reminded me of the meme. It's like, there's an ad in your video. No, there's a video in your ads.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no. So another thing is how you get paid for YouTube and how's that changed? Because originally it was like, the more subs you get, the more money you get. No, the more views you get, the more money. No,
There's a thing
the
called-
more ads you get, the more money. And then there's people freaking out. It's like, how do we get?
There's a thing called CPU, which I don't actually know what that stands for, but it's something YouTubers talk about a lot in relation to how much money they get, like per view or something. I don't know.
And then there's the main. And then let's talk about modern day YouTube and how they're doing now. So the state of modern day YouTube now is that they're more compatible with Google and everything, and how they've gone really well. And something that I've discovered is the Google Ads system. You can pay money to have your videos advertised on YouTube and even Google sites. I actually realised that because when I'd go on a YouTube video, there'd be a corner of an ad, and then it's like, hang on, that's not an ad, that's just straight up someone's YouTube channel. What's that doing there? And then even one time, there was an ad that played, and it was entirely just a full length of someone's video for like a good 5 minutes. I was like, what are you doing?
And a year or two ago, YouTube put 2 ads on, so you skip one ad and it like.
I think I might have changed it to 3 now.
Oh god.
Because I remember, because I have YouTube playing in the background, and then it came. I was like, all right, there's an ad. There's a second, and I was like, wait, was that a third one? But nah. It's like they would do that. They think corporate stuff. It's yeah.
If there's something YouTube hates most in the world, it's YouTubers.
Like spoken like a true YouTuber. Yeah.
Also, in terms of upping the quality, the thing I told you about last night, like the 1 out of 10 in YouTube Studio, is very good on giving like feedback to creators.
Yeah. So, finishing up, most recently YouTube has basically they're doing well in terms of helping people grow. That's something they express a lot with the likes of the YouTube Studio app and stuff. But
they're also doing well in ending careers. So.
Well, sometimes that's because of other people. But again, if you push them and if you break their rules, even unintentionally, and without any sort of communication to the person they're screwing over, which is the big part, they'll end you. So we both watch. Let's talk about a successful YouTuber for once. Corey Kenshin. So he, like maybe a month or so back, he uploaded a video talking about how YouTube getting strikes, and with popular YouTube, they will even strike their old content. I mentioned how like a lot of people would do copyrighted music in their old videos. They could still actually get paid back on that, and it hurts. It's very irritating for them. The big argument Corey Kenshin made was that when a YouTuber makes a mistake, there's no communication. They will literally just ban you without letting you know or anything, and that's very poor on their part, because that's like, okay, there's a problem. They'd be willing to fix that. They've all said, I've had a severe lapse in judgment, and I would like. And I would love to fix that problem, but YouTube is like, just no. So there's very poor communication between creator and YouTube themselves, and that's the current problem with YouTube. But the positive side is how they're helping people grow. Some more than others, but some are more successful for others because they either have mastered the algorithm and they know what they're doing, or they've just, uploaded a video about Sonic and then gotten like 46,000 views, and then uploaded a few more and then got another 1,000 views. I'm not talking about anyone in particular.
Yeah. Oh.
It's not a competition. We all grow, and we have a good time, and we plan on growing, and YouTube is giving us that hand.
Yeah.
And no, it's not about the money. It's about a good future and a good thing to spend our lives doing and enjoying doing it. And I think that's where we can finish up one time.
Just put the mic down.
That's where we can finish up the one-time primetime podcast starring Charlie Thomas. Anything you'd like to say before we head off?
Subscribe to my channel, Backwards Brain. That's all.
Anyone else's channel you wanna?
I don't really want to shout out anyone else's channel. Maybe PewDiePie. He needs the subs, I think. But
no, he really doesn't.
Yeah. Also, watch the Backwards Brain series on Lucas Temmie's channel, but don't subscribe to him. Just watch the videos, and then click the link in the description that goes to my channel and watch all my videos and subscribe.
I'm gonna take that link down.
Yeah.
That's the end of the primetime.
No, yeah, I'm gonna take that link down. There's no competitions. It's just about having fun.
It's about having fun. Alright, that's the end of the primetime podcast. I'll see you all later.